It's Praline. I'm back. I know I've been MIA for a couple weeks. I have just not been feeling well physically or emotionally. I did not want to project that onto anybody. But here we are, and I want to talk real quick about my experience getting a colonoscopy and endoscopy. So fun. I would advise to get a morning appointment for your procedure. That way you don't have to fast for an entire day. I had to stop eating solids at, I think, 11 the day before. And then I had to stop drinking liquids, anything, I believe, at 10 at night or like around midnight. I was to not have anything, not even water. So at 11, I took the 2 pills that they give you. And then at 3 p.m., I started to drink the liquid. So they give you this jug with powder that you dilute. And you have to drink 8 ounces every 30 minutes until you drink half the jug. So I think it's like a couple hours. So I think I was drinking it from 3 to 6 or 3 to 7, something like that. This was back in November, so sorry. And so everybody talks about how the juice or whatever liquid tastes disgusting. It really wasn't that bad for me. I mean, it's not pleasant, but it has more of a texture than anything, not a real taste. It's just kind of like bitter. So obviously run it down, dilute that thing with some juice, fruit juice, Gatorade, stay hydrated, drink water and electrolytes because you're losing a lot of liquid. You think you're drinking a lot because you're drinking the fluid, but it's going right through your body. It's just like a solvent. And I will circle back to that point in a minute. So yeah, the prep, you pretty much know what you're getting yourself into. There's plenty of videos on YouTube of people's experiences with the prep of colonoscopy and kind of their experience. So it's not any worse than you could imagine. And when people say it sucks, like obviously it sucks. Nobody wants to feel like they're like peeing out of their bum for hours. But I just thought of it like, look, this is just a step to get me where I need to be, to give me the answers that I've been waiting for. I'm just doing it. And then I kept telling myself, it's just like 24 hours. It's just 24 hours. You're going to be fine. You know, it's just all mental. So I'd say wear comfy clothes, make sure you're close to a restroom, get some baby wipes, and you will make it. I will say, disclaimer, it was a little difficult for me because my intestines are so severely damaged from being untreated for so long and just not knowing what was going on with my body and like eating the wrong stuff. And so the solvent or solution or whatever you want to call the stuff that they give you wrecked me. My intestines were so inflamed and they hurt so much. And so it was hard for me to sleep and stuff, which was rough, but now I know why it was like that because now I know I have microscopic colitis. Makes sense. So I didn't really sleep, but whatever. Got up the next day, went to the surgical center, which ironically is literally right around the corner from my house, walking distance. You can't walk though because they make somebody drop you off and pick you up. So I go and my doctor's running late as usual, and I had to wait maybe an hour and a half for him. And then when I finally went into the back, they told me I was severely dehydrated, so I had to get about 2 or 3 bags of fluid. So I was able to tolerate the procedure, which that's what I'm saying, guys, stay hydrated. Don't make these mistakes. So I was not really nervous when I was in the pre-op room. I just was very like, this is what it is. I have to get this done. I'm just going to do it. And at that point I was so tired that I honestly didn't really care. So they wheeled me in the back, and there was about 4 or 5 people in the back, and one of them said, "Oh, we got a young one." I definitely was the youngest person there, so that was weird, but it is what it is. And so the anesthesiologist introduced herself, and she made a comment about one of my tattoos that says "Wild horses couldn't drag me away." And she's like, "I love you too." I said, "Okay, it's the Rolling Stones." She's like, "No, like you too, like Bono?" And in my mind, I'm like, girl, it's the Rolling Stones. It's a Rolling Stones song. And she just injected me with anesthesia, and I started to just like, whoa. I felt it happen. It was the trippiest feeling. I was like, whoa. I remember I said that out loud. I was like, this is a trip. And then the male nurse was like, isn't it? And the doctor came in. I was like, what's up, doc? He said, give it a minute. You'll be out. And boy, was I. So I was out like a light. And the whole procedure took about 15 minutes. And it felt like 5. So I did not wake up. I did not feel anything. I did not see anything. I was not conscious, not aware of what was going on. I will say that towards the end, I can vaguely remember something happening. Like them kind of like repositioning me on the bed maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but it was kind of like a dream you wake up from and you can kind of remember. That's what it was like. So I woke up in the post-op room. My husband was there, didn't know who he was, but apparently I still kept bossing him around, which is so inspiring. I was like, I don't know who you are, but can you give me some water? Awful. And, the nurse kept coming around and I asked her, I guess, 7 times if I could eat. And she said yes. And then my doctor came around and he said everything looked fine. Liar. And they were like, just chill until you're ready. So I chilled for maybe like a half an hour, 45 minutes, got up, we left. I was out of it. That anesthesia is no joke. So then I made the mistake that I'm going to advise you guys not to make. I went and ate pancakes and had a milkshake. This was before I knew what I had. This was before I knew my intolerances and my triggers. So big mistake. And yeah, I went home and I generally just slept the rest of the day. That anesthesia took forever to wear off. So I didn't have any pain in my throat or otherwise anywhere else. The only pain that I had was in my intestines just from all the commotion, I guess, going on. They're like, we're angry enough. We don't need to be picked and prodded at. And he had taken a bunch of biopsies and stuff, but I didn't feel that. The pain that I felt was not a pain that was new to me. I had already felt that pain from having my condition before and just not knowing it. So all in all, painless. The hardest part is the prep just because it's not fun, but by no means is it horrendous or traumatizing or anything like that. And that's really it. So my 3 things of advice: get baby wipes, stay hydrated, like overhydrate yourself because you think that you're hydrated, but you're not. And then also, for at least 24 hours after your colonoscopy, eat light, mashed potatoes, rice, soup, easy to digest stuff, because you need to give your body a minute to kind of catch up with itself. So those are my thoughts. That's my experience. If you guys have any questions about it or I left anything out, comment below, or you guys know where to reach me, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.